Every government has its Secret Service branch. America, it's CIA, France, Deuxième Bureau, England, MI5. A messy job? Well, that's when they usually call on me or someone like me. Oh, yes. My name is Drake. John Drake.
King Malud III was assassinated early this morning when rebel forces took over the royal palace. Rebel sources are now claiming that all members of the royal family were killed during the raid, and the dynasty of King Malud is now at an end. Western leaders will mourn the death of King Malud, who headed the government of one of the most democratic of all the Middle Eastern states. There will now be no one to stand up to the forces of reaction in this...
That's El Sara to the west, We're behind the rebel lines now. What's the exact position?
Oh, you see this wadi here? If we land in the bend just to the west, with any luck, the consul and his wife should be right there for us. There they are now. I'll take the water bottle, Colin. Morning, Helen. Morning, Waldo. Sorry we're late.
Oh, that's all right. I was just getting myself a suntan.
That is heavy.
Heavy? 5 miles I've carried those papers. You wouldn't let me bring any of my clothes.
All right, I'll take over now. I came 5,000 miles for what's in here. All aboard, Helen. Come on. Oh, just a minute. I'll give you a hand with that.
Thanks.
Have any trouble?
No, rebels haven't reached Barak yet. They must be near, though. They've taken El Sara. Telephone lines were cut 3 hours ago. That's the last I heard.
All Europeans out?
We were the last, except for the British girl.
What British girl?
We heard there was a British girl hiding up in a farmhouse about a mile from here. I tried to contact her, but some shepherds wouldn't let me through. They were armed. There was nothing I could do.
Oh, of course not. Colin?
Yeah?
Will you take Mr. and Mrs. Hamilton back to base and then return for me?
Okay.
How long will you be?
About an hour.
All right, fine. Can you show me the exact position on the map here?
Yeah, sure. It's right here on the west side of this oasis.
Away from that door. Turn round. What do you want?
I mean no harm.
Strangers are not welcome here.
I'm looking for someone.
Me?
No.
There is no one else here. Go now while you can.
I was told that there was a British lady here.
You have been told wrong. Go now.
I mean no harm. I only wish to help her.
There is no one here, no British woman.
Idris, what is it?
What have you done, poor boy?
The poor boy drew a knife on me.
Well, Idris, come back here.
Who are you? A royal crest. Only one European woman worked in the royal palace, a nurse to the young prince. Scots girl. You are Miss Mary Macpherson, and our young friend here is King Malud IV, son of David, defender of the 5 kingdoms, protector of the prophets anointed. What a large title for such a small boy. How did you escape from the palace?
We were in the gardens when I heard the firing. I hid with him under the floor of the summer house, and then when it was dark, I got out of the gardens and away.
Does anyone know you're here except the shepherd boy?
His father. I gave him all the money I had and sent him to get a car.
Do you recognize the child?
No, I don't think so.
They miss nothing, you know. I think we ought to leave. There's a helicopter coming back here in 45 minutes. He's a king now, and he's worth a king's ransom. Your friend may well have sold him to the highest bidder.
Oh, no, he's an honest man.
Well, you never know. I think we ought to go, nevertheless.
Thank you.
All right.
Madam. Marham said you were alone.
Oh, this gentleman has come to help me.
Then, sir, Ahmed El Houj. As soon as Marham told me of your plight, I offered my assistance and my humble vehicle.
I'm afraid your trip was wasted, sir.
I do not understand you, sir.
Oh, this gentleman has arranged
For
for a...
friends to escort us to safety.
But you cannot do this. I have arranged everything. Our route is planned, and safety awaits you. I appeal to you, madam.
My only concern is the child's safety.
I will ensure that with my life, if need be. My arms and my life are at your service.
What had you planned?
We will drive north to El Sada. There we will be safe, with government troops.
Government troops?
I have already phoned through to El Sada. They are expecting us.
How long ago was this?
Less than half an hour.
You know, I think perhaps, after all, this is the better plan.
Of course. And now, sir, we must hurry. We cannot keep our king in these surroundings any longer.
No, of course not. Thank you very much. Thank you.
What are you doing?
Oh, it was a trap.
Well, why did you do it? They were trying to help us.
All right. You can get up now.
What made you suspect him?
He said he phoned to El Sarda. Well, I know that the telephone wires have been down for the last 3 hours. In any case, El Sarda's in the hands of the rebels.
Goodness.
All right. Nice bit of shade for the baby, anyway.
Oh, good.
You all right there?
He's fine.
All right, make yourself at home. Take a seat.
Thank you.
Nothing to do but wait. Cigarette?
No, thank you. I don't smoke.
Oh, I think you'd like a drink, wouldn't you?
Oh, thank you. You didn't tell me your name.
Oh, Drake. John Drake. Here, put this on. Keep the sun out of your eyes.
Thank you. Oh, Mr. Drake, you must think me awfully stupid.
Oh, trusting. It's a very good quality.
Too trusting. It was a good thing you came along.
You're doing very well without me, Miss McPherson. You saved a dynasty, made history, perhaps.
You're being extravagant.
Oh, no, I'm not. What first made you take up nursing, Miss McPherson?
I'm fond of children.
Other people's children?
Well, that's the next best thing. I was going to be married, but I lost him.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He went off with my best friend. That's why I came out here.
Oh, to forget it all. He must have been a fool.
No. In some ways, you remind me of him, Mr. Drake.
Oh? Oh, now you're just an old romantic, Miss McPherson.
Hope you didn't mind me saying that.
Oh, it's all. I'm flattered. Move, quick. Over there.
What is it?
See, over there, under the rock.
For it now. We'll have to make for Barak. Well, let's hope the rebels haven't got there first. Come on.
Thunder began this evening.
Inside.
The two forces are now locked in battle near the Awabi oasis. Reliable sources report that the 10-month-old Prince Maloud escaped alive from the palace massacre. His British nurse is believed to be hiding with him in the vicinity of Barak, accompanied by an American. If this report is true, the 10-month-old boy is now King Maloud and the royal dynasty continues. Reports from the province is still of severe...
Sir?
Oh, please, have you a room for myself and my wife?
For you, your wife, and the baby?
That's right.
Is it a boy?
Oh, please don't wake him.
Have you a room? We're very tired. My wife is... We've been walking a long way.
Said! Please, may I ask where you come from?
Yes, our car broke down just outside the town. We're trying to make for the coast.
Then you're not in good fortune. The road to the coast is blocked.
So I can imagine. I saw a great many people heading that way as we came in.
That is a great foolishness. You see, there is nowhere to go. The town is surrounded. You see, we are preparing for the victorious army. Said, take the gentleman and his lady to room number 5.
Thank you very much.
Who is it?
It's me, Drake. Managed to get some milk.
Milk?
Yep, goat's milk.
But...
I made them boil it.
You know all about these things, Mr. Drake.
I'm in Wyoming. Who's that?
Sir, Mr. Drake, sir.
Yes?
There is a messenger here at the door from the palace.
What palace?
The palace of the Mukhtar, the ruler of the town.
What's he want?
He sends for you. He says that such important visitors to our town must stay in the palace.
All right, just a minute. Ask the messenger to thank the Mukhtar for his kindness, but say we're very tired and would like to remain here for a while.
You would not insult the Mukhtar.
Oh, of course not.
To refuse his invitation would be the worst insult. Our Mukhtar is a very good friend, but very bad enemy.
Oh? Oh, just a minute. Thank you. I'd better go. Otherwise they'll come and fetch us. Remember, no one must see the baby. Lock the door. Don't let anyone in. It won't be long.
Who is it?
I enter, please.
Not now. Get out of here.
Ah, Mr. Drake. My master, the Mukhtar, will be delighted. Lancelot Pryor, at your service.
How do you do?
Oh, yes, I'm English. Been here more than 20 years now.
Thank you.
Wonderful people, Mr. Drake. Wonderful people. But, where is your wife and the little one?
Oh, we're very grateful for the Mukhtar's kind invitation. Unfortunately, they're very tired. They're in bed.
Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. Well, the Mukhtar won't like this. He won't like it at all. Very proud people, Mr. Drake. I'm afraid he'll take your refusal as a very deep insult.
Oh. Well, I'm here to explain that no insult was intended.
You must understand, Mr. Drake, that here we live in a feudal society. In this town, the Muktha has the power of life and death. You will frame your apology very carefully, won't you?
I'll do my best, Mr. Pryor.
Drake is here, sir. Alone.
And you are sure of this?
There can be no doubt.
You will be rewarded. You may go. It's as we thought, Pryor. The child is Arab. Drake's alone, you say?
Yes, sir. He has come to explain why he is unwilling to accept your invitation.
No matter. Perhaps it's better this way. Let him come in.
The Muktha is now ready to receive you, Mr. Drake.
Good. Very angry with you, Mr. Drake. You enter my city, thus coming under the mantle of my protection. But you do not call upon me as protocol demands.
Well, I'm here to thank you for your kindness and to apologize.
My loyalty to our late king of gracious memory and my friendship to the West is only too well known. I should not like any harm to come to your family. The rebels are near. I should like you to be within the safety of my walls.
You are very kind, but I'm afraid that the answer must be no.
Very well. But I must warn you, you are being very foolish, Mr. Drake. Pryor, show Mr. Drake to the car.
Good night, sir.
You really should have listened to the Muktha, Mr. Drake. Good night.
I'm waiting for your answer.
You know, my sympathies are with your General Hamid and his glorious fight for freedom.
We had heard that your sympathies were with the government forces.
Oh, Major Ghazi, my people and I wish you speedy victory. You are certain of victory, of course.
The government troops are yielding on all fronts.
Splendid.
Your messenger said that you have the royal baby.
Perhaps.
We want him.
There must be certain guarantees.
Where is the baby? He must die.
If your general promises not to allow his men into this city, he shall have the royal baby.
I can pledge you my general's word.
I should prefer a hostage.
You do not trust us?
Rashid Hamid springs to my mind as being most suitable.
The general's own son? As a hostage?
Well, the baby is important to you.
I will put your disgraceful demand to my general. I'll be back within an hour.
Who is it?
May I speak to Mr. Drake, please?
Who wants him?
My name is Pryor. I am secretary to the Muktha.
But Mr. Drake, my husband has gone to the Muktha's palace.
Then he never reached it, Mrs. Drake. We've had news the rebels are very near. You are not safe here, Mrs. Drake.
You're British, aren't you?
Yes, Mrs. Drake. From glorious Devon. Poor child, I frightened you.
No, Mr. Pryor, it was just that... Well, he left for the palace more than an hour ago.
The town is seething with rebel sympathizers, Mrs. Drake. We can only hope. You and the child can't stay here. Come with me. You will be safe inside the palace walls. You realize you're in grave danger, Mrs. Drake. If the rebels come, they'll show no mercy to Europeans. I have a car outside.
Good evening to you, sir.
Good evening. Where's my wife?
She paid and she left.
She had no money.
A gentleman, he paid.
What gentleman?
Some gentleman.
Who was he?
I dare not tell you. He was ugly, like a turtle.
It's a big one, isn't it? If you want the other half, you won't tell the Mukta that I'm back. All right?
No, sir.
Oh, very good. Now, you will, tell no one?
For this money, you may have my tongue cut out.
And you will see that they are distributed?
They shall be scattered all over the city, Effendi.
I'm obliged.
Very interesting. Whatever are you doing here?
I want to see the Mukta now, Mr. Pryor.
The Mukta's very busy, Mr. Drake.
I said now, Mr.
You're a
Pryor.
very reckless man, Mr. Drake.
My wife and the child have been abducted from their hotel.
Not abducted, Mr. Drake. They are under my protection. You'll see them in a minute. I've just sent for them.
Good, then we'll be leaving immediately.
I don't think so, Mr. Drake. At least you will leave with your wife. But the child is not your son.
What? My son? Well, of course it's not.
It is, in fact, the royal child.
The royal child, but I thought that the whole family was wiped out.
All except Prince Malud.
Oh, I see. And you thought that the child was the prince. I see. Now I understand everything.
Then who is this baby?
Oh, this is the son of Baroud, the car dealer in El Sarda. I used to do business with him. Unfortunately, he was killed with his wife in the uprising. I was taking the child to its grandmother. It was the least I could do.
That is not true.
One baby looks like any other baby. Until I am sure that this is the royal child, I refuse to hand over Rashid. It would be more than my life is worth to exchange the son of General Hamid for a merchant's brat.
One moment, sir. Perhaps this will clarify matters.
Ah, a leaflet from your own headquarters. Surely you won't quarrel with that, Major Ghazi. The royal child must be found. It may be identified by a heart-shaped birthmark on the left leg.
I trust it's now in order for me to leave with my wife and the child.
This treachery will not be forgotten. I shall see to it personally. You hear that? Our troops are here. Come, Rashid. Let us greet your father.
Arrest them. Oh, bad luck, Major Ghazi. Seems as though your rebels lost that battle.
Our General Khan, welcome to Barak. We have been waiting and praying for your victory.
We would have preferred more concrete help.
That too, General, that too. Through my plan, we have captured for you the son of the rebel leader.
Take him away.
May I give into your protection His Majesty, King Malud IV of Sidi Ababa?
My country is indebted to you, sir.
Oh, not to me, please. You must thank Miss McPherson.
Thank you, Miss McPherson. No reward is too great for you both.
We'll settle for a safe conduct to the coast.
I can't come with you, Mr. Drake. How could I leave the child?
You break my heart, Miss McPherson.
I wish you meant it, Mr. Drake.
Good luck, Miss McPherson. And to you, Your Majesty. Good luck.
Thank you.